Welcome back to Classical Grooming. Today we're going to talk about Jovan's Musk for Men Platinum Musk. I wanted to review this because I'm a fan of Jovan. Their fragrances are inexpensive. They tend to be pretty good. They're not Aventus or Dolce & Gabbana, but they are kind of a working man's way of smelling great. And I really appreciate that. So when I picked this one up, I was expecting something that was sort of old school and had kind of, again, that working man's musk cologne, but just with a different twist. This one is just different. So I've tried to research when it was released. Can't find it. Can't find the perfumer. I can't even find a notes list. There's one thing that I'll read from Fragrance X, and this is the way that they describe it. If you woke up tomorrow morning in the south of France, you would immediately notice the heady perfume of lavender blossoming all around you. Jovan Platinum Musk Cologne takes you to that wild blooming field and gives you even more spices, herbs, and flowers to dive into. That sharp breath of fresh air you get when you're away from the city is what you can experience with Jovan Platinum Musk. I don't know if any of that's true. It doesn't smell... I do pick up some lavender, that's true, but I pick up kind of a woodiness. And it's like a mishmash of a lot of different clones that I've smelled, but all in a very unique blend. And in that way, it's intriguing. So when I first put it on, I'm thinking, what does this remind me of? And I think the first thing that came to mind was Pinaud Clubman's vanilla aftershave, because it had a lot of similarities in some of the florals there and kind of a sweetness to it. But then I think, well, it's got kind of a hairspray feel to it as well. Something that also reminded me of CK1. And I think it's very close to CK1, but still not quite. So you got Pinaud Clubman's vanilla, you got CK1, and maybe a little Abercrombie and Finch fierce, but it's really hard to define. And I think that's what makes it intriguing. This is not something I would wear all the time. In fact, this is probably my least favorite of the Jovan Musks that I've tried so far. But it is interesting, and if you like Jovan fragrances, if you like kind of an 80s, more like a 90s vibe to your fragrances, you might want to take this for a spin. It costs anywhere from 10 to 12 bucks. And it's labeled discontinued, but you can find it almost anywhere. Discounters, eBay. So I'm not really sure what to think of it. For my own taste, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. It's not really something that I particularly gravitate to, but it does have a sense of familiarity that kind of brings me back to it every now and then. Maybe once a month I'll wear it.